Hello, Internet, and welcome to So You Think You Can Fanon, the only podcast where we read the worst fanfictions and sometimes the best ones in an effort to make our prolonged experience a little less painful. I'm your host, Equinox Doodles, or Michael, and with me I have Jake, or High Def Hotcakes, or Anus Hotcakes, depending on what region you're in, and Sergio, aka Roxas the Hunter. And we are currently sponsored, not really, by two different people. So our first sponsor is the DeviantArt filter extension for Google Chrome. Are you tired of looking at all that really dumb inflation fetish stuff? Well, guess what, baby? You could just put that shit on your Google Chrome and get rid of it. It hides it for you. So now you can experience DeviantArt the way that I think people intended it to be, which is just normal, safe for work art. Or you could be like me and just be really picky on what you see because
with a name like DeviantArt, I don't think it was intended for normal, safe for work art.
Yeah,
I feel like the deviancy kind of.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
So,
I think you're just rendering the website into art.
Yeah, and the other totally real sponsor. I have a question for you two guys. Do you guys have smartphones?
I do. How'd you know?
I do. Are you selling me a new Diablo?
No, I'm gonna sell you something even better. Something that totally will not steal all of your credit card information and or possibly just make you go bankrupt. And that's the hit game Clash Royale from the kind people who also made the game Clash of Clans. It's like that auto chess game, whatever it's called. Like also a tower defense. It's weird. It's like Hearthstone, but like more appealing to look at per half the hour, you know?
It's like that auto chess game. What's it called? Auto chess?
Yeah, that auto chess game that's chess, but it's automatic, you know? Yeah, that's Clash Royale. It's totally free and totally will not include in-game purchases that include loot boxes and a bunch of grinding to make you have to pay more.
This podcast is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh my god, no!
Use the code Roxas the Hunter Smells for 10,000 free gems and a free rare pull.
Why is it Roxas the Hunter Smells?
I don't know, Sergio.
Sergio's a nice smelling man.
I don't smell.
He's got good cologne.
I believe you. Okay,
I don't wear cologne.
All right,
Oh, never mind. He's got a good musk then.
Musk. Hey.
I hate that.
I don't like that. Please don't mention Sergio's musk around me again.
Can we get a shirt that just says, I smell like Sergio's musk?
Oh.
Can I get a pin that just says Sergio's musk on it? Thank you. All right. Enough.
And then like a blushing man.
Yeah, can I get a flushed emoji with Sergio's musk? I think that'd be great. But aside from this awful bullshittery, Sergio, it's your week. What and you and your musky smell are bringing us this week?
Oh boy, okay.
The term musky smell.
yeah, okay. So, today I have a treat for you. What I have for you today is a fan fiction that was the last one we read at for the very first fan fiction panel that me and our friend Kai hosted. We read this fan fiction that was recommended to us by someone who actually showed up to both panels.
That Chad. I like those guys.
This is a Wattpad story. It's number one in Kill Me.
It's number one in Kill Me? Is that the title or is that the rating?
That is the rankings. It says right here, number one in the category of Kill Me.
I didn't know that was. Where are you getting these rankings? Is that like a Wattpad thing?
I guess it's a Wattpad thing. It says here on the side of the page.
I did not know that. Hold on, give me a second. Let me go to Wattpad.com. Let me make sure I'm signed into my Wattpad. I am. All right, hold on. It's the Watty Awards. What the hell is the Watty Awards?
We're learning today.
I'm learning a little bit. Give me a second. I didn't know that Kill Me was an actual thing.
Yeah, in terms of stories that are marked Kill Me, it is number one.
Could you link me to that ranking thing? I'm not seeing it on the page.
Well, you'll see it when I send you the link to this fan fiction. So,
Okay.
without further ado, because I've been stuttering all over myself trying to avoid telling you what it is. This is Lightning McQueen X Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, I
Smut.
saw this. I saw this on the slide for that panel. I was like, wow, that's really something. That is number one in Kill Me.
There's
Out
a
of
fanfic link.
4.9 thousand. Oh my god. Hold on. I want to take a look at some of the other ranks in Kill Me. Oh wow.
I see
Ooh,
Shronky Mpreg fic, the big mistake.
I see there's one called Cringe Book, and it has a Leafy on there. There's a lot of my
Dora
My
and
Hero
Bob
on
the
here.
Builder. That's illegal.
Is that
Oh,
it's a pet? That's a pet Deku. Ew.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh, dude, look, it's K-pop stuff. It's Jikook and Kookmin. It's
Jungkook?
yeah, Jeon Jungkook.
Yeah, those names mean nothing to me.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
Are you sure? Because it means something to me. Heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji. I don't want to get canceled by K-pop stans, dude. I like K-pop stans. They really are the most powerful people in the world. Oh dear. It looks like there's a book literally called Kill Me, and it's an extension shipping.
Oh.
SYTYCFanon, didn't he die? Is he dead?
Yes, he did. He passed away. I don't know the circumstances, but I know he is no longer with us.
I think he got murdered.
I think he did get murdered.
I honestly don't know because I'm not a very perceptive person. I'm not a rap listener. I know a lot of people that do like listening to rap.
Yeah, I relate. I don't have eyes. I don't perceive. I choose not to.
Thick and ready for flex tape. Okay, let's get on with reading Lightning McQueen X Thomas the Tank Engine Smut.
Yes. So, which one of you lucky gentlemen would like to be Thomas the Tank Engine?
I want to be Lightning McQueen.
I guess I will be Thomas then.
Yes, and I shall be narrator. Would you like to begin with the first
chapter 1
Green means go.
Yeah, okay.
I sure hope it does.
All right, I will start us off, and I guess I'm going to do a content warning because this is going to get graphic. But if you've been watching for this long, then, well, you should already know what you're in for.
Yeah, I mean, there was one that I cut for being a little too graphic without a graphic warning. So, yeah, just put. I'm very concerned if you're giving us a content warning for Lightning McQueen X Thomas the Tank Engine.
I don't remember it being that bad, but I do remember not being able to breathe while reading this because everyone in the room was laughing.
Joy. I'm excited.
All right. Thomas the Tank Engine was working a late night shift at the local 24/7 sex shop. He was slumped over the counter, rested his head on the cash register, which was covered in sultry pictures of cars.
I'm bored. I'm going to rust at this rate. At least there are only 20 minutes left in my shift.
Why is he a British femboy?
Because that's what Thomas the Tank Engine. That's Thomas the Tank Engine is a British TV show for little kids, and the narrator
out of the corner of his eye, he spotted a sports car with a rad ass lingering in aisle 69. Thomas decided to offer this mysterious beau some assistance out of obligation and curiosity.
Anything I can help you with?
Thomas asked timidly. The car whipped his head around, and instantly Thomas felt his engine flutter and throb with lust. The customer in front of him was none other than Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen was an intimidating car. He had smoldering good looks, power, wealth, and prestige. Thomas tugged at his skimpy maid outfit, suddenly embarrassed. He couldn't seem to peel his eyes away from McQueen's sculpted lips.
Well, aren't you a dainty tank engine?
McQueen trailed off, his eyes descending gently to Thomas's décolletage.
Actually, I do need help finding a mahogany arm spreader, a gas mask, and a spanking horse. I'm new to this area, so I haven't had the privilege of getting myself familiar with the treasures this shop has in store. Ka-chow!
He laughed and shot him a smirk, his blue eyes twinkling.
They're just over here.
As Thomas navigated McQueen through the aisles of BDSM equipment, you can feel his thong riding up his crotch, making him even more flustered. Before you begin, I'd like to point out that I think our panel spent like 15 minutes trying to figure out how they were moving up and down the aisles of this sex shop.
I like to think that these are like idiot. I like to think these are like anthropomorphic.
You'll see that that's not the case as we go on.
Okay. This is our finest arm spreader,
Thomas explained, gesturing with his wheels.
Are the belts leather? How much weight can they support?
He was taken aback by McQueen's assiduity.
Of course, the belts are true leather. It can support the weight of any transport vehicle, so it's very versatile.
So I suppose this baby could support your weight as well.
McQueen said. Thomas was stunned, but Lightning McQueen was flirting with him. He continued.
Don't be shy. With a body like that, I could give you the world. He
winked and revved up his
Ka-chow!
Smoke billowed from Thomas's smokestack. He could feel the heat rising in his engine. He nodded coyly and proceeded to the checkout with McQueen's equipment in tow. McQueen paid for his items and thanked him.
I'll see you around.
He glanced at his name tag.
Thomas, here's my card. I don't know why he's southern in my eyes.
Thomas graciously accepted and watched as McQueen rolled out the door.
Ka-chow.
Thomas knew McQueen was a dangerous car, but the allure was strong. Later that night, Thomas visited the address printed on the car. The garage had a sleek black exterior with a floor-length window to let in intimate light. He knocked on the door and lifted, cascading McQueen into the silky light.
Oh.
The moonlight captured his gleaming, fiery paint job. His decal sleeve complemented his mysterious tinted windows. Thomas wondered what secrets they hid.
You came,
said McQueen, his soft baritone voice sweeping Thomas off his feet.
Oh god, I don't have a soft baritone voice. This isn't working. Or should I say, I'll make you come.
Oh.
He ardently seized Thomas by the pilot and shifted into reverse, drawing him into the deeply lit garage.
Oh, no.
He still had not found the chance to speak. Glancing around, he noted the extensive collection of sex memorabilia. McQueen owned everything from dildos to intricate bondage ropes and collars.
You know, you should know, vanilla relationships aren't my type. I like my love hot and tight, like flaming hot Cheetos. Ka-chow!
I had to bite my shirt.
I understand.
McQueen bit his lip salaciously.
Thomas, as your dominant, you shall obey my every word. You're a slave to me to torture and fuck until my oil bubbles. Only speak when you're spoken to. Can we agree that the safe word is Ka-chow?
That's not what it says.
It is now.
Okay. Thomas nodded, glancing down sheepishly. He was ready to embrace McQueen's tasteful kinks and his role as his submissive partner. His musk alone was the most potent aphrodisiac Thomas had ever encountered.
You were psychic.
I was psychic. It's the musks, baby. The musk.
Oh my god. Do you trust me?
McQueen asked seductively, his eyes dancing playfully. Letting out a warm breath of air, Thomas surrendered his control, simultaneously liberating himself.
Yes, anything for you.
Thomas watched him hesitantly as he allowed McQueen to fasten him to the arm spreader suspended against the wall. McQueen
is it a tire spreader or is it a door spreader?
No, I said they're anthropomorphic, dude.
McQueen rubbed the blindfold across his bumper teasingly before tying it around Thomas's eyes. The separate demonstration heightened his other senses, and he felt more receptive to the touch of the soft feather encircling his wheels and drifting across his axles. He trembled ever so slightly, arching in his restraints.
You've been a dirty whore, Thomas.
He growled. An unusual energy surged through Thomas's engine. McQueen outlined his figure with a riding crop before smacking Thomas.
The way he blurs the lines between pleasure and pain makes them one and the same.
Thomas thought to himself. He continued whipping Thomas several more times, alternating between the feather and the riding crop with a slight uptick in force with each new cycle. McQueen was exploring Thomas's limits, familiarizing himself with the working parts of the demure tank engine. Thomas let out a soft moan as McQueen rubbed him first on the buffers, then on the chassis. He knew what he was doing. Those tires had a superior tread that was ideal for massaging anyone into submission.
Harder, please.
Thomas whispered. He observed McQueen's broad figure flex through the blindfold.
I need you to beg.
Please.
Thomas said, tears welling in his eyes.
Make love to me. I don't care how much it hurts. I beg you.
Without warning, McQueen thrusts his steel parts into Thomas's delicate workings. His engines roared and exhaust clouded the room like a fine, sexy mist. His pheromones undeniably turned Thomas on like a light bulb, and Thomas felt a pulse in his boiler growing more heated with every skilled maneuver McQueen made. He thought his wheels were going to fall apart because his bolts were rattling.
Is this what you wanted, you filthy cunt? This is what it feels like to be my bitch.
He groaned, puffing hard. McQueen plunged deeper into him, revving his engine and accelerating. He let out a deep groan of pleasure. They were both on the fast track to climax.
That doesn't sound enjoyable. Revving your engine into someone.
All he had to close the gap.
Oh! Kerchow!
He yelled, crossing the finish line. A rod of lightning buzzed through Thomas, and every gear in his body clenched. His sharp whistle blew harder than it ever had, like a tea kettle whose water was about to boil over. And a wave of relief.
Hold on. I need to cross the room. One moment. See if I can find it.
What are you looking for? We're about to finish this first chapter, and you're going to go across the room for another adventure? This is the fastest we've been reading a first chapter of a multi-chapter, like, fan fiction. I'm surprised. Maybe we should read more smut fics.
Damn it. I used to have a train whistle, and I don't know where it is.
You had a train whistle.
I used to.
Ah. Shame.
Damn, that would have been perfect.
Yeah. Could you give us the best impression of a train whistle?
No. No.
I think that was pretty good. Alright, continue, Sergio.
Alright. McQueen quickly and reluctantly undid the restraint, and the two of them collapsed next to each other. They were panting hard, exhausted, and beads of sweat raced down the contours of their skin. Like, they've got skin, apparently. McQueen
They're metaphorical skin.
Intimately. They both exchanged tongue and saliva for a few minutes, their pulsating hearts eventually slowing down to a relaxed beat. Thomas broke the silence. That was... Oh, sorry.
That was amazing.
He grinned, stroking McQueen's hood gently.
It was my pleasure.
McQueen said.
We should do this again. This is just the beginning. Oh, the things I could do to you.
50 Shades of Kachow. Oh my god.
This is...
I'm glad. I'm glad that you chose this.
Are we reading more? I don't think I can stomach more of this.
I can stomach more.
We're going on to chapter 2. Yeehaw! Thomas
yes.
faced a rude awakening the next day when he woke up at the station. He realized he had left his lacy, crotchless panties at McQueen's garage the night before. Steam blew from his funnel, and he blushed a deep rose.
Rosé. Thank you very much.
Who would like to play Percy?
You look like a horny flamingo on
That's
steroids,
me.
Thomas.
That's me.
What were
Oh,
you
no,
up to
that is
last
you.
night?
Asked his best friend Percy with a devilish smirk.
My chassis is so sore.
He uttered, still groggy.
I was with a kinky sports car.
Really? Get some.
Percy teased, thoroughly amused. Thomas rolled his eyes and smiled. I don't know what was better.
hey.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Sergio, how unprofessional.
Yeah, how could you? I don't know what was better, the sex or the pillow talk after.
With that remark, he parted ways with his friend and chugged on to another monotonous day at work. At the end of the shift at the sex shop, he zoomed over to McQueen's garage to retrieve his hot, pink, crotchless Victoria's Secret panties. Upon arriving, McQueen was flexing his tires, oblivious to Thomas's presence. He finally looked up. Fresh sweat was glistening on his hood and his pert trunk.
Oh my god. Hey, beautiful. Oh, my voice cracked. Hey, beautiful. Must be looking for these.
He said, dangling Thomas's panties.
He's just becoming more southern.
Yeah, he's just eventually gonna become like, instead of Lightning McQueen,
He's gonna be
become
Boomhauer from
Lightning
King of the Hill.
McQueen.
You know, you look better with them off.
McQueen began fingering with fingers, I guess, the
He's an
crotchless panties.
Afro. Why are you guys
Like
ignoring
that.
this?
Because they have engines and boilers and axles and wheels.
Yeah, but dude, there are furries out there with like paws. It's no different.
You
They're
like
straight
that.
up like jet anthros, like anthropomorphic jets that still have like the fucking missiles and wings and shit. So
I like to imagine that it's in their base forms, but all right.
okay.
You like that, don't you? You like it when I fondle your panties like that.
He inserted his tongue into the slit of the panties. Thomas couldn't take any of his mind games any longer. He just wanted McQueen deep inside him in a way that made his boiler churn with insatiable thirst. That was supposed to be more sexy, but it came out in a laugh. Lust plagued his gears, making his body weak.
Oh, take me now, enslave me with your phallic ways.
McQueen swiped his windshield wipers suggestively and gestured his wheels toward the glitter-clad spanking horse of pain. Thomas gingerly straddled the horse while McQueen tightened the restraints around his wheels. McQueen snatched a cowboy hat from
He
the
is
wall,
southern.
adorned it, and then
Yeehaw.
equipped himself with a sturdy whip. I bet that gives like +5 to strength and has a damage of like 5 to 10 damage
Dude.
points.
Plus 10 damage if you have the fucking sturdy whip.
Without hesitation, he cracked it and slapped Thomas's rear.
Oh, Daddy, take me now.
That's
wait,
not what
sorry.
that says, but okay.
No,
McQueen
yes.
revved his
Daddy, hit
engine
me
hard.
harder.
Between stifled moans and gasps for air, Thomas endured lashing that seared his ass and genitals like a crispy strip of KFC.
You're my bitch now.
He remarked, panting. After playfully nibbling Thomas's chassis,
It's just panting, but my brain, I just hear like.
I can't speak.
Imagine having sex with someone and they're just like thrusting into you, just like.
Stop! I can't read this next word. Squirted lubricant and massaged him tenderly.
Oh my god.
Dude, I'm gonna throw up.
Caveman brain.
That's
Hold
your mean cave
still.
car.
McQueen demanded as he pressed his bumper against Thomas's rear, using gentle thrusts. At first, McQueen gained momentum as he escalated beyond what most cars were capable of. He was ramming into Thomas so hard the spanking horse shook violently beneath them.
I don't know how to describe this voice you're putting on other than bad. I don't like it. It's scaring me. You're so tight, Thomas. Yeah. I'm gonna fuck you till your coupling rods fall off.
He groaned, accelerating his speed despite how overheated his engine has become. Exhaust blew from behind his fender.
Blue? Oh, blue.
Oh, this is my favorite line.
My brain said blue as in like the color, and I was like, what the fuck? Yeehaw, you little cunt. I'm the king of the Wild West. Oh, yeah.
He exclaimed. Thomas felt like a yo-yo, jerking back and forth against McQueen's extraordinarily impressive, ineffable length. He felt as though he was being ripped apart from the inside out by the sexual energy that was consuming him. His whistle blew loudly in release.
Oh, baby. Ka-chow, ka-chow.
As he erupted, oiling all over Thomas, who eagerly caught it in his mouth. McQueen's eyes crossed out as he let a deep moan. He swished his tongue around in Thomas's mouth, the fluid sloshing around and drenching them both. McQueen's bulge retreated as the two French kissed passionately, their sealed, full-bodied lips creating a vacuum that only drew them closer.
That was.
Oh, sorry.
That was.
Wow.
Thomas finished, grinning. He glanced at his partner, a sex god, feeling so incapacitated and powerless that there was no one else he'd be willing to risk everything for. McQueen was ecstasy, a tangible fantasy. And Thomas was hooked. One taste he could never go back. Sex would never be the same.
Oh, man. I think now would actually be the perfect time to take a quick break as we try and recuperate ourselves. But don't forget, before, I want somebody to please tell me what like sex would be like if they just made caveman noises the entire time. That's something I can't stop thinking about. Could you imagine be like, oh baby, I can't wait. And they're just like
Gug, gug. Rock, cock.
Someone has to like that. Someone has to be into like caveman
dude,
noise.
I'm a cave-philiac, dude. Alright, we'll be right back. Hello, and welcome back to So You Think You Can Caveman. That was certainly a fan fiction, wasn't it?
That was certainly a fan fiction, yes.
That was the worst thing of all time.
As
In the
tradition,
best way.
yeah. As tradition with these chapters, or these fan fictions, is actually more than one chapter or so. We try to not read the entire thing, so you guys can go read it yourselves.
Also because it would take a long ass time.
It would take a long ass time. But Sergio, thank you for sharing that with us. Shout out to those random people that came to the panels twice. Real cool
They're
dudes.
not random people anymore. They're legends.
They're not random people, but as soon as I know their names, I'm gonna start remembering it.
Now they're just legends.
Yeah, they made shirts of the panel too. Remember that?
Yeah, they did. I don't know what was on it.
Okay? That's a shame. I was gonna be like, oh man, what in-joke was on that shirt?
I feel like we need to make a Lightning McQueen X Thomas the Tank Engine shirt for our Redbubble.
Eventually, yeah. I don't know what it would be themed around, because the last thing I want to do is walk around in public with a very, very sensual 50 Shades of Grey parody, but with Lightning McQueen.
I think they should be on a literal horse dressed up as cowboys.
Yeah.
I just want to have I just want to have the yeehaw. I'm you little cunt. I'm the king of the Wild West. Oh gosh. So many things. I definitely want to have. At least I want to have at least like a caveman and like a woman in bed just together, No context. They're just in bed together.
I'm thinking like the modern like equivalent of like caveman sexual is like so like imagine like you just came out like you went hunting, you killed the like elk or whatever like
You hunt and gather, and then you slay that puss.
yes so like you kill the elk, you come back to your wood cabin, and your wife's like making dinner, and you're like yo, and you slam it down on the kitchen table, and you're like look at this, and she just starts taking off her clothes.
you slam it on the table and you're like, one fuck please, and she's like,
you don't slam on the table and go one fuck please. You just go bunga.
She's like, all right.
Yeah, it's just like you slam your all you have to do is slam your hands, and she's just like I'm ready. I'm
yes.
into this,
she just goes, yes dear.
So if it's 4 p.m. time for your daily fucking, it's literally just and it's like yes dear. Oh my god!
I just had this idea that back in the day there'd be like these cave simps, and they'd be like simping, and then like the big Chad caveman would come and just beat the shit out of them, and then just fuck the girl right there, and they're just like,
it's like all right. So there's like cucking, right? Like people who are into that are like they like to watch their significant other get fucked by another man or something.
Yeah.
This is like it's like the opposite. So like essentially you're watching them cuck, and then you just kill the other man and fuck them. Or like you're fucking somebody, the unga bunga rushes in, literally beats you nearly to a pulp, and then fucks your wife in front of you.
I mean, yeah, that most certainly happened back when like there wasn't like anything like standards for that.
I kind of
no, you just murder the husband, take the wife.
So it's like called cucking. So would this be called like caving?
It's called grugging.
Grugging. I'm okay with grugging.
Like grug beat down cave simp.
Dude, if you fuck really hard and really fast,
cave Jeff.
You do unga bunga, dude. You just throw your whole body at them. Okay, so we should probably actually talk about the fan fiction, shouldn't we?
All right. So, I'd like to say that this is surprisingly it's well written.
It's very well written.
It's very uncomfortably well written.
Yeah, this is very obviously a troll.
It's a really well made one though.
Yeah.
Even with the fact that it is a troll, it's surprising how much effort was actually put into this.
Yeah. I mean, I've never read 50 Shades of Grey, but I was getting the feeling that he was ripping from it. But I won't accuse him of anything if I don't have the text to.
I wouldn't say
honestly. I feel, as someone who's never read 50 Shades of Grey, I feel like that was definitely written better than it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely.
I mean, 50 Shades of Grey did start as a fan fiction. Maybe we can read it on the podcast.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't find the original fanfic posted anywhere, but I'm sure we could find a PDF of 50 Shades.
She probably like wrote it like for herself, and then was like, published.
She's like, oh man, I'd like money.
I wonder if simps would read this.
I'd read it.
We know that. I mean, we're after what we just fucking read.
Yeah, but that was a magnum opus of Wattpad. #1 ranked in Kill Me, dude. #1 ranked in Kill Me.
Yep. Being that most of the stuff I find on Wattpad is like drivel that's like almost unreadable.
Yeah, it's made for like little babies. But I mean, this is coming from somebody that like purposely wrote bad fan fiction on Wattpad. It's certainly something. The one thing that I wrote for bad fan fiction was I wrote here. Let me get them. I will read them to you. I will read the titles and let you guess. Yeah, that was a really uncomfortably well written fan fiction. All right, so we got a fan fiction called Only in the Pipes, which was a fan fiction for a YouTuber who read it on stream purely for funnies. I made a sequel. I don't know why. Zombies Night at Freddy's. I don't know what this is. I'm kind of afraid to read it, and I'm pretty sure it says, oh, yep, this is a self-insert haha MLG.
MLG.
Yeah, Kevin X Kenny, a calculator romance. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's a really
I'm gonna
short
guess-
one. Yeah,
I'm gonna guess
Kenny had began having a romantic interest in Kevin ever since his button broke. Kevin loved doing math, and being that he was a calculator, Kenny was a bit optimistic, moving towards his crush. Hey, Kevin,
What is this?
what is 1K plus 1K equal? Kevin took some time to respond. He just turned to Kenny. 2K, he replied. Kenny shaking his head. It's me plus you. Kenny blushed lightly, taking the confused crush in his arms. Kenny,
What?
you really like me in such a strange way? Kenny nodded, kissing the other's screen. Yes, if anything, you are my true love. Kenny blushed lightly, kissing his lover back.
Can we take a 5-minute pause so I can take a shit?
No. Then there's Table X Reader, which is probably my favorite one. Living with a Mary Sue.
Well, then I'm just gonna mute and do it anyways.
Oh, yeah, sure. Cool. Go ahead. Oh, man. You left at the worst part. Okay. I'll reveal the next one as soon as he comes back after taking a mean dump in the middle of our fucking podcast. Oh my god. I'm leaving this in so you can all bully him. I want you all to just like tweet at High Def Hotcakes. Why do you have to take a mean dump in the middle of a podcast, bro?
So what would you give this fan fiction, Michael? Because I hope we've been giving ratings to the fan fictions. I feel like we may have missed one.
Yeah,
some point.
I'd give this in the terms of an enjoyable fan fiction. I'd give this a straight 10. Straight 10, dude.
Yeah, I'd also give this a straight 10. This is a legend.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's a very enjoyable fan fiction. Made me giggle. Definitely made me laugh when a certain somebody started making unga bunga noises. So I mean, who knows? Who really knows? So then, I guess if I were to say one critique of this fan fiction, it would be that it wasn't long enough. I wish there was more.
Well, I mean, we didn't even get through all of it.
That is true. That is very true. But I mean, I wish there was more chapters aside from chapter 4.
There is another fanfic, like another. I guess it's like a copycat one that someone wrote. If you Google like Thomas the Tank Engine and Lightning McQueen, you'll get that one. I can't remember how I stumbled across the link for this specific one, but I think this one is the superior written one.
Yeah, this was definitely a very good one. I'm glad that YumaCon happened. You had that panel, which wasn't exactly the best titled panel. I think you mentioned that it was very confusing for some people that actually came to like write fan fiction.
Yeah, because it was So You Think You Could Write Fan Fiction, and it was a parody of how to write fan fiction, so people weren't getting the joke and were taking it a little too seriously.
Yeah. That's a shame, dude. But at least now, we kind of all agree that this is the funny. It's a good time, no alcohol required, right?
Yes. Is that a Jeremy Johns reference?
Yeah. I didn't know you watched Jeremy Johns. Now I
do.
do.
I do watch him on the occasion.
Yeah.
He's good.
So now that The Last of Us 2 has come out, what are your thoughts on that game?
Well, so as someone who hasn't played it, I've heard the gameplay is the exact same as The Last of Us, so it plays fine. But I'm not a big fan of how they took the story in any direction, like in any sort of direction. I Like I'm fine. Ellie's a lesbian. That doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me that there's a trans character. I don't like it because I don't like the direction they took with the story. I think they disrespected both Ellie and Joel, and I also just hate the design of Abby. Neil Cuckman, in his infinite wisdom, was like, females are too sexualized and women are objects. So he created a female character and stripped away all of her femininity. She has no boobs what to speak of. She's built like a man. She's like her model is early Frankenstein between two people. They took a torso and then like they took one model and put her torso on it and then edited it a bunch and then took someone else's arms and put it on the model.
I see. Very interesting.
And also just in general, like even if I were to pick I don't know, pick it up used or heaven forbid get it illegally, I wouldn't feel comfortable because there's a part in the game where Abby beats up Ellie and her pregnant girlfriend, and that's uncomfortable to me because Abby's a 300-pound train of muscle. And I'm beating up a character who the first game was meant to see her as like a daughter figure, and then also a pregnant lady, and that's uncomfortable. Like if you watch those cutscenes, like it made me legitimately uncomfortable, and I usually games don't make me uncomfortable, even when a game has you doing like a horrendous thing.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I don't like the idea, even if it's in a fictional universe, just beat up a pregnant lady. I know there's a certain somebody in another Discord named Kieran who's currently defending the game. And, like, all power to him. I don't blame him.
Yeah, and if that doesn't make you uncomfortable as just a video, that's fine. But I think there are certain things in a game that that you should never make the player do, force them to do.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you set like there's someone trying to kill you in the game and you shoot them and then you find out later oh did you know that, like they were pregnant. That is something that happens in The Last of Us, which I think is an excellent oh shit kind of moment to kind of show how dark the world is, but specifically going out of the way to with your fists beat up someone is pregnant and a character that the game has tried to foster a relationship with is wrong, and that I should be given the choice not to do that if I don't want to.
I'm all for having an uncomfortable experience in a setting that should be uncomfortable, Yeah. I'm all fine with that. But there's a difference between an uncomfortable situation, like the oh fuck moment in the original The Last of Us, and literally having the player do something that they may not be comfortable with, specifically to progress the plot.
Yes, and I don't like the idea of just it's okay, yeah, I get it. Abby killed so Joel killed Abby's dad and Abby's want revenge. I get that, but I don't care. If someone murders your brother and you're angry about it, no one has the right to come up to you and go, dude, listen, you got to see it from their perspective. You have to understand that your brother did something and that's why he's dead. It's no, I don't care. I want to play as Ellie and kill Abby and all of her friends. I don't care if they were good people or not. They killed Joel.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm all for the best way I've heard it described was by Donkey was if you want to make a character extremely unlikable, have them kill the most likable character. Which I understand, but at the same time, I'm also in the philosophy of Araki from JoJo, which is if you want them to hate them, just have them kill a dog. Seriously, I understand that there are situations that are different, specifically with The Last of Us and how things were handled specifically in the second story. There are people that are like, yeah, I'm okay with the story, and there are people, a majority of people who didn't like it at all, which is fair. But again, I'm not for judging a game based on its, based on the leaks. It's all about what happens, but The Last of Us is usually kind of the same,
Yeah, I mean, I think, even with the context, the leaks are, well, it's what happened in the game. We just have a little bit more context to what we were seeing, but I'm still not happy with how things played out.
With what?
Sorry,
we're talking about The Last of Us.
Yeah. But I wanted to thank you for that discussion. But I want to quickly read my last fanfiction that I posted on my Wattpad, which was Logan X Ling.
Oh.
I tagged it as OC.
I mean, I guess they are original characters.
They were original characters. It was really funny.
People. That fic spoiled like fine milk.
It did. It really, really did. I wrote it as a joke with some of the people in the server when I was still a part of that friend group. It was really funny.
The Chumbucket Pals.
Yes, it was really funny. So I think we all kind of. Oh yeah, Jake, what do you think of the fanfiction? If you had to give it a rating, from 1 out of 10, what would you give it?
Honestly, and like as much as I hated it, it was like an 8 out of 10.
I gave it a straight 10, dude. I like that so much.
Maybe 9, I guess. Then I'll give it a little higher. I'll give it a little more credit.
Yeah.
Credit where credit is due.
Yeah. Well, I guess that wraps up our little discussion section. So, if anyone has any last words, last minute things they want to get out, I guess last words, because I'm not killing you guys. Don't worry. Just like final remarks before we end off this week's episode. Any plugs that you want to do? Any shilling?
Yeah, like I said, last 2 episodes, I think.
Yeah.
I do want to start streaming more. So if you'll follow my Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/highdefhotcakes.
Do that.
I also tweet whenever I start streaming. Twitter.com/highdefhotcakes.
Do that.
Or at highdefhotcakes, I suppose. And yeah, that's about it.
Cool.
I would just like to say that instead of buying The Last of Us, you can buy SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, and hopefully that you'll be able to play it better than the game journalists who are currently playing it.
You can get 2 Battle for Bikini Bottoms for the price of 1 Last of Us 2.
Yeah. Crazy.
Also, be sure to check out THQ Nordic's Destroy All Humans remaster/remake, which is coming out.
THQ Nordic, please remake 40K Space Marine, please. Please. Remake 40K
Space Marine. Space Marine 2, Primaris.
Space Marine 2. Space Marine 2, please. Let us play as someone that isn't the Blood Angels and the Ultramarines also. Space Wolf, Space Marine 2. That's all.
I think you mean Blood Ravens.
Yeah, Blood Ravens, not Blood Angels. My bad.
I don't know anything about Warhammer, nor do I care to at the moment.
Well, I was gonna say that's why we should do that bonus episode where we teach you Warhammer lore.
All right. I will keep that in mind. Maybe that'll be next week. Who knows? But with that, I'm gonna say, please go ahead, tell your friends about the podcast if you enjoy it. Make sure that you give us a good rating on whatever platform you're on. Share it with your friends, maybe not with your family because it's a very explicit podcast.
If you didn't like it, share it with your enemies. Make them suffer as you did.
Sure. And with that, I'd like to say thank you, and we will see you all next week.